Hello everybody, this is Debo with Debo's Movie Reviews here, and this week's review will be F9 The Fast Saga. Starring, of course, Vin Diesel as Dom, Ludacris as Tej, Michelle Rodriguez as Letty, John Cena as Jacob Toretto, Michael Rooker as Buddy, Tyrese Gibson as Roman Pierce, Jordana Brewster as Mia Toretto, along with Kurt Russell's bit part as Mr. Nobody, and Charlize Theron as Cypher. I gotta say, it's an excellent take on improvement from Furious 9. Fated Furious. All despite the campy space deal, which I could say with the likes of the Tokyo Drift people, with the return of Han coming back, because somehow don't folks have been able to stay dead in the Furious verse. Happens to have been Dom's dad, or actually Dom, Mia, and Jacob's dad, Jesse, and as of now Giselle. But I'm pretty sure she'll be back. Alongside, of course, Johnny Train, also dead, and a gangster from Fast Five. But enough about that. I gotta say, back to what I was saying about the Tokyo Drift reunion. Excellent, which was a kind of I wouldn't want to say scratch out. It was kind of a left field take from Sean Boswell having to go from Redneck Brian in Tokyo Drift to a nerdy cooter. And I mean by cooter from Dukes of Hazzard. I mean, he and Twinkie trying to turn a Pontiac Fiero into a spaceship, which is a little left field to address that absence and all, and kind of like one I should have been kind of storyline should have been explained to us in Fate of the Furious. We like, oh, by the way, Han ain't really dead, and Sean joins Twinkie joined the family. But whatever happened to Neela? I mean, God, I mean, seriously. Seriously, they could have started calling Sean Boswell the redneck, calling him Redneck Buster, because that's technically what he really was in the first movie. Was which I should also point out the glaring inaccuracy, and what I have to say is the absolute worst flashback scene of any movie I've ever seen. Which at the beginning of the movie to do a flashback to 1989, and they use stock cars from 1999. I'm just like, what kind of crack was Justin Lin smoking when he's come up with that idea? I know I don't expect realism, but well, if you're gonna do a flashback with period accurate cars, at least make stock cars like race cars look period accurate too. I mean, seriously, I would expect it. I mean, when I heard when they were talking about in backstory, I was expecting to be like late '70s, early '80s of Jack Toretto's racing career. That got cut short due to throwing a race back that backfired. Which, kind of watching it on the first time and then on it multiple times, makes you like, oh, that son of a bitch is evil. And I mean Jacob, but no, and it was a dick move. Although with a flashback, they could have like made it like 1990 or so, or 91, with with period accurate race cars, of course. Because I mean, come on, they did the flashback of young Dom and young Jacob with a Gen One Charger and a Fox Body Mustang, but they couldn't use a Monte Carlo, but they couldn't use a Illumina instead of a Monte Carlo, let alone not a. I'm talking about a '95 to a 2007 model, not a, not that, not like '89 would have been like the transition year in NASCAR for in the Cup Series for between Arrow fastback Monte Carlo to the Lumina. Though of course Jack Toretto's racing short track, but still it could have been a bit more accurate with that. I mean, that was like a like what the fuck. I would expected. I mean, yeah, late '70s or something. I would expect an old Jack Toretto to be a Mopar man, or at least driving a Charger on the track, not somehow a 1999 car in a '89 race. I mean, yeah, and that was about as messed up as turning up the idea of turning a Pontiac Fiero into a spaceship, which I kind of figured with all the bonkers storylines that Fast and Furious sequels have done, have been going. I figured space was coming. I mean, because Fast and Furious is almost like like getting like Bond movies, and I'm talking about the Roger Moore ones. I mean, because Roger Moore went to space, and so did Tej and Roman. Hell, back to what I was thinking with the Tokyo Drift cast was that I think they old Sean Boswell should have been brought back for just for in or had a bigger role in Furious Seven and of course and appeared in Fate and Furious because I've kind of thought with the passing of Paul Walker and the absence of Brian, which I hadn't got to Fast X yet, so that'll be a while before I'll review that, but to explain everything, and might have to retract some talking points on Dan, but enough about that to till right now is all about F9, and almost like with the whole appearance of Helen Mirren as Queenie Shaw. I just kind of thought that was a missed opportunity to put Little Old Lady from Pasadena in the soundtrack, where they was going in that car chase. But then again, she wasn't driving those shiny red super stock Dodge though. And I was just thinking back to what I was saying about the flashback. Man, I was thinking if it was like a 1990s or like 91 or something, he could set up a good fan theory of from Days of Thunder going how Roddy Burns, after retiring from racing, went to crew chiefing to crew chief Jack Toretto. I mean, jeez. But then again, like I say, that flashback was more messed up than Charlie Theron's hairstyle in that movie. I mean, seriously, give Mo Howard his hairdo back. I mean, jeez, she looked like she was trying to audition for a gender swap remake of Three Stooges with that hairdo. But hey, she played a damn good villain. I mean, for characters unlike the Shaws or Deckard Shaw, that is, to have any, she has no redeeming qualities at all. Just from killing little Brian's mom to basically killing Mr. Nobody to basically turning Jacob against that British guy who pretty much fought was one villain, but it was really, of course, like she said him in her comparison to when comparing him to Yoda, that he was her puppet. With some of the funny parts, like with Ramsey, who's supposedly a computer whiz but don't know how to drive, and yet joined a family of gearheads. And a lot of great use of great vehicles in this movie, from Dom's Charger to that Nova. And for once, they actually went for all generations of Chargers, because they used because with Dom's first street race out of prison, he challenges Jacob at Fox Body, and then after learning after Leo and Santos basically turned the brothers against each other over a thrown race, and because we've seen a movie which almost makes you think their dad was almost like the real villain for not telling making one brother not to tell the other, and basically ruined their relationship for about 20 to 30 years. Which, as far as I can tell in that Fast X trailer, I'm pretty sure they kind of done reconciled. And I gotta say, practically the best thing that John Cena's done. I wasn't real big on John Cena, but he won me over as kind of like that one comedian who's not real funny, but had that one good serious role. I mean, that and, well, 2021 kind of just stepped that Hev's game up with me with with the Furious franchise and Peacemaker, from Suicide Squad to F9 Fast Saga, which is basically the Moonraker of the Furious verse. But overall, I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. I want to give it a 5, but I can't overlook that grossly period inaccurate flashback scene. Even by Fast and Furious standards, that was a bit low, and that's saying something. But overall, I hope y'all like, subscribe, and enjoy the review, and I'll keep dishing them damn reviews out. All right, y'all, peace.